Hello, today we're going to talk about 5 things that senior adults should ask for when they go to Disneyland or Disney California Adventure, but usually they never bother to ask. Now, if you are a senior visiting Disneyland or Disney California Adventure, these are some of the things that you can ask for that will make your stay and your day a whole lot more pleasing and enjoyable and make you want to come back. Unless you're just a hardened, seasoned Disney adult, kind of like I am, hey, see the hat? It's a little worn, and that's real wear. That's not fake wear. Number 1, ask about accessibility options. Let's start with something important, because if standing in a long line for a long time is making it hard on your life, your legs, your back, or whatever it may be, I know my back gets tired sometimes, it's okay to ask a cast member about accessibility options. You're not trying to cut the line, you're not trying to cheat the line. You just want to make your time there more enjoyable and more comfortable. Disney has accessibility accommodations that they provide for all types of abilities, if you have a disability, I should say. Even abilities to stand. They can sometimes figure out a way to accommodate you without upsetting other guests, unless you're just trying to cheat your line, and we don't want to do that. That's not the Disney way. So the key is to ask. If standing in long lines is a huge problem, ask. It never hurts to ask. Also, don't be embarrassed to ask. There's nothing wrong with that. Disney is here to help you out. You're spending your bucks going there. They can help you out. Number 2, ask for a quiet place to sit. When you get tired, don't keep going. You're not trying to be a warrior. You're trying to enjoy yourself. One of the things that I learned on my mini trips, probably not as many as some of you are going to take, going to Disney, is it's important to have a chill spot. If you're with family, friends, or whoever, say, you know what, I'm getting a little tired. I need like a 10-minute break. There's some good spots. A spot I love to visit over by Small World. One day I was over there and the bench was a little bit not in the shade. I just don't tell anybody. I looked around, I just grabbed the bench and pulled it over to the shade. Nobody said anything. And I sat there and I chilled and had a really good time just listening to the music, enjoying the people. But more than anything else, I was able to rejuvenate myself and be ready for my next adventure. So ask for a quiet place to sit. If you're not sure where one might be, ask a cast member, hey, is there some place where I can just go and just chill and rejuvenate myself? Maybe get a Mickey bar if you're at DCA. Now there's a spot over in DCA where I love to go over there, pull up a chair, grab a brewski, and just people watch and just mellow out before I get back on Guardians of the Galaxy, which is my favorite ride. Guardians of the Galaxy. Let's say it like that. The other thing is you're less likely to want to head back to the room. So you can rejuvenate. I've spent long trips there where I would just take like a 30-minute break and just chill, and then I'm good for another 4 or 5 hours before I went over to get something to eat somewhere. So just another little tip in the jar. Number 3, unless you are a super math guy, don't be afraid to ask about the easiest way to get to a location, okay? You might think you have it mapped out. Well, that is unless you are like up to trying to get your, I don't know, 20,000, whatever it is, all your steps in for the day, then go for it. Walk around the park twice, a good way to get exercise. But don't be afraid to ask a cast member, hey, what's the easiest way to get to Pirates? What's the easiest way to get to Fantasyland? What's the easiest way to get over to Mickey and Minnie's Railway, or one of my favorite rides, Rise of the Resistance? What's the quickest way? Because there's many ways to get to one place. And I've made the mistake and went the wrong way a few times and took way more steps than I wanted. It still worked out. I got there. But don't be afraid to ask a cast member, what's the quickest way to get from here to there? It's okay. They will tell you, and they're not supposed to tell you they don't know. They'll figure it out. The thing of it is, Disneyland Resort is much larger than it looks. You might say, well, I go to Disney World and it's super big. Yeah, it is, but Disneyland, the resort, has a bunch of little intertwining trails and ways to get places. And you could put some steps in there. The difference between that, we won't get into Disneyland versus Disney World, But there's a lot of things that can stop you along the way and makes you want to take more steps because you need to run over here and see this and run over here and see that. So number 3, don't be afraid to ask what's the shortest point from A to point D or E or wherever you're trying to get. Don't be afraid. Remember, it's important to save some energy, especially when you get to dinner time. So you also want to save that energy. Number 4, ask a cast member before assuming that you can't do a ride or something, assuming that it's too much. It might not be too much. Ask them. They can probably tell you. We all know our bodies. There's certain things that as you get a certain age, I'm 60 plus, that I just don't do. I think I did Matterhorn bobsleds a few years ago, and I told my kids at that time, well, you know what? It's been a while. I'm done. Right, check that off the box. I'm not getting back on there. My backside, my back, and everything else was not happy after I got off. Now I might try it again. And there's some other rides that might make me a little queasy that didn't a few years ago. I stay off of them. Big mistake I made. I rode Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind at Epcot. I was so excited because I got in the queue. I got there, rolled in. I was so excited. Yes, yes, yes. The coaster turned around backwards and it took off. At that point, I was like, oh God, let this be over with as quick as it possibly can. I was so sick the rest of the day. Won't do that again. So ask a cast member, hey, what is this ride is about? It's not going to automatically eliminate you, but sometimes you might try something and it's not as bad as you thought it was. And I've had that experience before too. And some things that I said I wouldn't ride, and I tried them, and I was okay with it. But again, Guardians of the Galaxy, the one in California at DCA, that's the ride. Numero 5, number 5. Don't be afraid or ashamed to ask for help before you need help. Ask for a place to sit down before you need a place to sit down. Ask the shortest distance from point A to point Q before you get lost. So don't be afraid to ask those questions before you need them. There's an old saying, sometimes you don't have because you didn't ask for it, okay? So those are that's number 5. Just don't be afraid to ask. Don't be embarrassed. Us getting older is not an embarrassment. It's embarrassment. It's a badge of honor. We've made it this far. Now enjoy yourself. Enjoy your life. And don't let anyone shame you about being a Disney adult. There's some cats older than me. They go. Now remember, especially us, we have our go years and eventually we're going to be in our no-go years. So let's milk all of our go years for every bit of go we can get out of them. Now remember, if you're not sure about something, ask. Not sure where to go, ask. Need information on accessibility, ask. Getting tired, need a place to sit down, ask. Confused about transportation, where you need to go, something, ask those hard, simply hard questions. Ask. If you need a break, take a break. It's not weakness, okay? That's smart park strategy. You want to conserve your energy as much as you possibly can. Trust me. The goal is not to try to walk all day or to prove to somebody that you can walk all day. The goal is to have a good time, to enjoy yourself, and then go back to the hotel and pass out and complain about how bad your back and your feet hurt. But get up and do it all over again the next day. That's the Disney way. Listen, sometimes the best Disney experience is not doing more, but it's enjoying what you do without wearing yourself out and depleting yourself and just grinding yourself to a powder where I'm done with Disney for a while. Those are just a few little tips for adult Disney seniors for Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. I'm glad I was able to share them with you. If you got anything out of this, please share with me one thing that you wish you should have or could have asked for on your last trip to Disney. Thank you for watching. Hey, we'll see you next time. And remember, it's a good day to Disney.